Are you looking for the best 80-83-85-inch TVs? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best TVs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. LG OLED 83G4WUA. The best TV you can buy that's available in 80+ inches is the OLED 83G4WUA. Unlike last year's LG G3 OLED, the 83-inch model of the G4 uses micro-lens array (MLA) technology that allows the TV to get brighter than traditional OLED TVs. This extra brightness delivers highlights that really pop when watching HDR content, and the TV easily overcomes glare in a bright room when watching SDR content. The TV truly shines in dark rooms due to its near-infinite contrast ratio, so you get deep and inky blacks with no blooming around subtitles or bright highlights. Its wide color gamut and impressive color volume deliver vibrant, lifelike, and bright colors, so HDR content packs a punch. It's a fantastic TV for watching shows, sports, or movies with friends or family due to its incredibly wide viewing angle, as the image doesn't degrade when viewed from the sides of the screen. The TV also supports Dolby Vision, which is great for those who want to take advantage of streaming services or 4K Blu-rays that use it as their main HDR format, and its support for both Dolby and DTS audio formats means your bases are covered in terms of audio. This is also one of the best gaming TVs you can buy. It has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on all 4 ports, can do up to 4K at 144 Hz, and supports variable refresh rate (VRR), so it pairs perfectly with modern gaming consoles or gaming PCs. It has exceptionally low input lag for a responsive gaming experience, and its nearly instantaneous response time delivers fast motion with no noticeable blur. At number 2. Sony K85XR90. The Sony K85XR90 is the best TV for a bright room we've tested, and it's the best 85-inch TV that isn't an OLED. It's an amazing TV for use in a well-lit room due to its superb reflection handling and SDR peak brightness, so it easily overcomes glare in even the brightest of rooms. The TV also looks spectacular in a dark room, with exceptional contrast that provides incredibly deep blacks that are close to OLEDs and precise local dimming that keeps blooming to a minimum. It's also a very accurate TV in both SDR and HDR, has impressive image processing, and supports Dolby Vision HDR and DTS audio formats, so it's an excellent option for a home theater. The TV even has good speakers built in, so it's not a total necessity to pair it with a soundbar or surround sound system. Unfortunately, the TV's viewing angle is mediocre, so it looks its best when seated directly in front of the screen. It's also fully compatible with modern gaming consoles due to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 ports, up to 4K at 120 Hz, and VRR support, so it's a great TV for gamers. It also has very low input lag for a responsive gaming experience, and its fast response time means there's minimal blur behind fast motion. It's the best mini LED TV on the market, but it's also very expensive. If you want a cheaper Sony TV that still performs well in a bright room, you could opt for last year's Sony X93L/X93CL. It doesn't have the same impressive local dimming as the Bravia 9, so its contrast ratio isn't nearly as good, but it still delivers fairly deep blacks in a dark room. It's not as bright either, but it's still bright enough to overcome glare in a well-lit room, and you still get Sony's excellent image processing. At number 3. LG OLED 83C3PUA. If you don't need the brightness or 144 Hz refresh rate of the LG G4 OLED but want a similar TV that still looks incredible, check out the LG OLED 83C3PUA. Despite not having MLA technology like the G4, it's an excellent TV with stunning picture quality, especially in a dark room. It looks amazing in the dark thanks to its near-infinite contrast ratio that results in perfect inky blacks, with no distracting blooming or halos around bright highlights or subtitles. Combined with its high peak brightness and wide color gamut, the latest movies and shows in HDR look amazing. It's no slouch in a bright room either, as it's bright enough to fight glare, and its reflection handling is fantastic. It has a wide viewing angle, ensuring the image remains consistent when viewed from the sides, so it's great if you have a wide seating area and want to watch TV with friends. It's also a terrific TV for movie fans, as it supports DTS audio formats, which movies on physical media typically use for their audio tracks. It also supports the popular Dolby Vision HDR video format, providing amazing image quality and supported content. Finally, it has an impressive selection of gaming features, including 4K at 120Hz gaming support for the latest consoles or PC graphics cards. It also supports every VRR technology to reduce tearing. At number 4. HighSense 85U8N. If you don't want to spend an arm and a leg but still want good picture quality, a mid-range TV like the HighSense 85U8N is a great alternative. It's significantly cheaper than the Sony Bravia 9 QLED and the LG C3 OLED but still delivers amazing picture quality. It's a bit brighter overall than the Bravia 9, so it easily overcomes glare in a bright room. Its contrast with local dimming enabled isn't as good either, but it's still very impressive, displaying deep blacks that are approaching OLED territory. On top of that, the HighSense displays vibrant and lifelike colors and has good image processing. The TV also supports HDR10, HDR10+, and Dolby Vision, so you're covered no matter what HDR format the content you watch is in. Unfortunately, it has a very narrow viewing angle, so the image quality degrades when viewed from the sides of the screen. This really limits the TV's usefulness in a group setting. The U8/U8N is also packed with gaming features like HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, up to 4K at 144Hz, and VRR, so it's a great TV to pair with modern consoles and gaming PCs. It also has incredibly low input lag for a responsive gaming experience, and its fast response time means there's minimal blur behind fast action. Overall, this is an amazing value pick for users wanting modern features without the high-end price tag. It's also available in a massive 100-inch size, in case the 85-inch model isn't big enough for you. At number 5. TCL 85Q650G. If you're on a budget and want a large TV, you'll have to spend more than if you were getting a smaller size. However, a few budget-friendly models are available in larger sizes, like the TCL 85Q650G. It's a decent overall TV that doesn't cost nearly as much and still has much to offer. Unlike the models above, this TV doesn't have local dimming to improve its contrast, so it doesn't look as good in a dark room. It also doesn't get as bright or emphasize highlights like the HighSense U7K does, but it's still good enough to overcome glare in a bright room. Like the HighSense TVs, the TCL supports both HDR10+ and Dolby Vision, but it doesn't have good image processing, so it's not a great choice for a home theater setup. Like every other TV on this list, except the LG C3 OLED and the LG G4 OLED, the TCL uses the popular Google TV Smart interface, which is user-friendly and relatively easy to learn. It also has an excellent integrated microphone for voice commands. Unfortunately, like the other TVs from the budget brands, this TV has a subpar viewing angle, so it's not a great choice for wide seating arrangements. Where this TV shines is in its gaming features. Even though it has a 60Hz panel and HDMI 2.0 bandwidth on all three HDMI ports, it's capable of 1080p at 120Hz and 1440p at 120Hz, with a wide VRR range through resolution halving. This makes it a great choice for someone wanting a huge gaming TV for a budget price.